morning, everyone. We're going to take a look at the 2017 Chevy Bolt all-electric EV. Let's look around. There's the side view. If we go around to the front, one of the coolest things you'll notice on the new electric vehicles, there's no grille. We got a little different color there, but no actual grille with holes in it and everything. A nice, clean, smooth finish. And we'll pan back out here to the side. Look at our side view. Looks like a little typical SUV. Little, not quite as ugly as some of them that are out there. The back of the vehicles here. Really like the headlights or the tail lights at night and the headlights. Pretty cool look. Hard to show that in the daytime. If we go to our back, nice little storage area. Little hidden storage area underneath here that's protected. Lifts up. It does have a cover. I like to take the cover out. Not a fan of the cover. It also has the split seats. Easy to fold down from the back or the front. So we got the 60/40 in the back. Coming back around to the inside of the vehicle. A lot of leg room in the back of the vehicle. Plenty of actual storage space back here. Pretty roomy. Some front seats have an extreme amount of travel. The front seats adjust to a huge amount of travel both forward and back, but they also adjust up and down. This is our inside of the vehicle. Comfortable. We have our big center console over here. That shows actually 10.2 inches, almost the size of a small laptop. Very nice. Different vehicle. The gear shift is here in the center. A little different. To power on the vehicle, you'll see the little blue button there just behind the steering wheel. You press the brake, push the button, and your system comes to life. Here's our screen. It comes up right away and shows us inside how many miles we have left. See if I can get that. Max of 311, 264 on a full charge, and 216 minimum. That's under high heavy usage if you're running all the components, air conditioning, fan, radio, everything going. The radio pulls very little energy, but it does do the other. There's a little thing. I have the hood open so I could show you that. But the power settings there on the left actually adjust as you're driving. It does take a pretty big hit on air conditioner. Out of the 270 miles I typically get on this, if I'm running the air conditioner, that may knock it down by 20 miles. So we then have our settings over here. On our center console, it's kind of nice. We can look at flow, we can look at charging, information, energy settings on the vehicle. The flow is kind of neat. You can, when the car's in motion, you'll actually see this part in here going back and forth, showing which way the energy is going, whether you're recharging or whether you're burning energy. We can look at the charging status, where you can set how long it takes to charge. You can actually set it for priority charging, or you can set it to charge only during off-peak hours. It gives you more distance driving since the last charge, driving accessories now since we haven't gone anywhere. Shows the detail, but that'll actually break it down to how much your accessories are using, how much your climate control is using. And then there's your energy settings. If we go back to the home area, again, it shows your radio. You can customize this dashboard. I like to see the radio stuff with the artists. You can show the time since the last charge and the outlook, and then you can also show some of this other information here. Our main home goes here. You can actually go to more detail on your radio. It has a nice built-in Sirius XM radio. You can set your favorites and such. All that goes in there. When we actually put the car into gear, it's kind of weird. You got to push the button on the side and then put it down. And that changes it. If you're at a low speed, it does give a little bit of a pedestrian warning sound now. There was, I guess, talk at some point that was maybe too noisy for people. They didn't like that, so they've changed it. So they don't hit pedestrians, so it has a little bit of noise there for you. Radio controls are nice. They're here. Climate control you can control with push button, or you can also control it with a dial. Once we do start going, it shows it into drive or low. The low actually gives you a very nice change in there. So if we look at that, it's in low. You get super regen on the charge, and it'll actually show you that on the right-hand side of that screen if you can make it out, where it'll go 1 kilowatt there. As you're driving, it'll show how many kilowatts you're burning by how hard you mash your foot into the floor. And it'll also then show the amount of energy you're recharging as you come to a stop or go down a hill. It also has down here in the front console a little thing that's called Sport Mode. You can turn the Sport Mode on or off, give you even more performance. It'll then turn the traction control on or off as well. And then that shows on the dashboard as Sport, that little blue light at the bottom right, if it's enabled. And very nice to have that. It is a fast car. It does 0 to 60 in 6 seconds. It does the quarter mile in 14 seconds. Let's go back outside and let's look at the engine. Well, people see, what does the engine look like? Definitely not like your typical engine that you may be used to looking at, but similar. Well, here's the engine of the Bolt. The nice thing is there's no real maintenance, right? You need to fill up the window washer fluid. You do need to fill the brake fluid. Other than that, the only maintenance you need to do on this vehicle for 100,000 miles is rotate the tires. How nice to not have to go do oil changes anymore. The brakes are going to last much longer because on the brakes, you now have that regenerative braking. I only hit the brakes typically twice on my way to and from work each day. The rest of the time I drive one pedal and the brakes don't even get used.